Hi, I'm Charles Cary, also known as Sir Charles Cary, professional trainer, speaker, and author. And like many people, I traveled many miles, had many experiences, and really did not know where to turn and where my life was going to end up. But it was just a few years ago when I met some very influential people, and that was the beginning of a 180-degree transition in my life. And today, I've traveled across the country teaching, training, coaching, and empowering other people with a program called Radiate the Brain and Change the Game. So I want to encourage you to enjoy this program as we teach you and tell you on some of the nuances of how you too can change your life for the better.
The only way to get over an ailment is to find the cure. Sir Charles Cary presents that cure.
Charles Cary is an Amazon bestseller. He is a combination, some say, of Wayne Dyer and meets Les Brown. And his clients love it.
Education and training alone will not take you where you want to go.
I am here with Sir Charles Cary, and I tell you, he has the cure.
Listening to you, light went off, and all of the things you said. I've got 2 pads worth of notes and 2 books to go ahead and get started on my life and working on myself as of today.
People say, why do you always tell people, especially in corporate arenas? Because that's not who I am. That's what I did to get where I am. Got to be willing to do the things today that others won't do in order to have the things tomorrow others won't have.
As a professionally certified trainer, coach, and speaker, his programs are perfect for the budding entrepreneur and the seasoned professional.
I mean, if we want to perform at our peak, if we want to grow, are there actionable steps that we can take to get there?
Write it down so that you know where you want to go. And then you may need help. That's when you may seek a coach or a mentor or a guide. If you don't make any mistakes, if there are no failures, how are you going to know what works? You expect to hit a grand slam every time? Before you hit a grand slam, somebody's got to get on base. People learn through repetition.
And I cannot wait to read the book.
It really took about 4 months to really get the core of the book prepared and get it ready to go off to publish.
And what are you hoping people take away from it?
Well, I want them to have a sense of self-worth and realize that, you can do something that's special. We're all different. And your gift, your skill, your talent, whatever your ability is, it's in you.
So many people are into this negative mindset. They're on social media and they look at all the fighting and all the small talk and the small-minded topics. How about raising the bar?
So for those of you at home, understand that if you too can radiate the brain and change the game, your end result will be so much more different than what you realize. So, are we ready?
Yes!
All right, that's what I'm talking about. Energy up in here. You ever been on the outside of the club and it didn't fit in? Wasn't working? I know you experienced it, right? Right? But that's what happened. And the reality was he was right. He knew what was going on. He said, most of these players, they played JV. Then they played varsity. Then they played college. And then if they got a shot at the NFL, by the time they got to the NFL, they've been doing up to 20,000 hits. So my question is, how many hits have you taken? How many hits have you had? How many times have they tripped you up, told you that you weren't good? You weren't good enough. That's not for you. Oh, you got to do this in the third before you can even apply. See, those are the concussions of life. And the concussions of life don't care about you. They don't care about any of us. So that's why it's up to us to be our best. That's why it's up to us to do our due diligence. That's why it's up to us to be around like-minded individuals. You have to get outside of your comfort zone and do what you need to do. Education and training alone will not take you where you want to go. I don't care what kind of degree you got. We got several degrees in here. Doctors. You've got to get out in the world and experience that thing for real. You've got to do it. You've got to be the very essence of what you claim to want to be a part of your life. If you don't do it, it's not happening, folks. We are like-minded people for the most part, but we're all at different levels, and that's okay. But that's what the growth part is about. The growth part is about getting out of your own way, getting around like-minded people, getting uncomfortable, and getting the results that you want. Someone read this for me out loud.
Concussion, a heart jolt.
Stupid!
Shock.
Say stop reading. Someone read the next one.
Somebody want to read it?
Can't hear it. Sorry. Who's gonna read it?
An injury of soft structure.
No, why would you do that?
Especially of the
Doesn't make sense. I don't understand you. Why you keep doing it? See, that's what a concussion does. It interrupts your program. It tries to keep you from going where you want to be and where you need to be.
Right.
And it's up to you to keep going. It's up to you to keep flowing. It's up to you to keep making that thing happen. Your concussions of life. Raise your hand if you know anyone that's experienced addictions or has compulsion issues. What about disappointments, loss, or heartbreak? Raise your hands. And look around as you raise your hand. What about insecurity, rejection, or worry? Those are and these are the concussions of life. They spare no one, take no prisoners. They want you. But you have to be courageous enough to show up. You have to be. 40% of our focus is on things that won't happen.
Right.
Ridiculous. The people in this room, we come from people that are some of the greatest people in the creation of this world. All over this world. And we allow ourselves to be in that bracket. 30%, we focus on things that cannot be changed. Are you kidding me?
Right.
Are you kidding me? 12%, we're focusing on other people's criticism. Oh, caveat, we assume that we know what other people think about us. So now we've got an attitude about the attitude that we project that they have about us. Unverified. We'll be right back.
A lot of times with the world that we live in today, is so much noise, but you have to decide where you want to go and what it takes to get there and have tunnel vision, so to speak. And once you make your decision, changing your thinking, then you can determine what the outcome should be. You're always working towards that ending outcome.
Yeah, I really think today with social media, sometimes we listen far more to others than listening to ourselves and what we really want.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you get people out of their comfort zone and figure out ways to make them be more efficient, more effective,
More
and
productive,
to grow.
all that, yeah. Because a lot of us, again, because like you said, social media, it distracts us. It gets us off into tangents. It takes us where we don't need to be, and then we're further and further away from our goal.
So how do you know all about this? What's your story?
You know, his tagline is that he helps people radiate their brain so they can change their game. And that's exactly what he does in everything that he does. He's about giving back so he can help you and I move forward. And he's done that for thousands of people.
During stressful times, most resources are just a click away. So don't deny yourself the opportunity of learning, growing, and stretching beyond your wildest dreams. Personal and professional development tools can be yours if you want them. The only thing that stands between you and your future is you.
And I want to give a great shout out to all of you who are watching this for knowing Charles Cary. Charles Cary is a man who is on a mission to impact people at the next level. And if you know him, you're going to the next level.
Radiate the brain and change the game.
Want to grow? Are there actionable steps that we can take to get there?
Yeah, and you know, I say, first of all, acknowledge where you are. You got to be realistic. Acknowledge where you are. Think about where you'd like to be. And then think about what it takes to get there. And
so have a
map
vision,
out the steps.
however you want it.
Absolutely have a vision, but write it down. There's a book that says, write the vision, make it plain. Write it down so that you know where you want to go. And then you may need help. That's when you may seek a coach or a mentor or a guide.
You're going to be uncomfortable when you're doing something you've never done.
Even if you used to do it 10 years ago, 20 years ago, but you're supposed to be uncomfortable. It's preparing you for the next level of comfort. Technically, it's preparing for the next level of discomfort. Because once you're uncomfortable, you will get comfortable. And then there's another level of discomfort waiting.
Eight percent of our focus is on real concerns. Somebody shout out, what is a real concern?
Family.
Family, what else?
Health.
Health.
Good job.
Good job. What else?
Finance.
Finances, absolutely. You must have went to Sean's class, yes.
Relationships.
Relationships, yes, that's very important. Personal, general, business, recreational, social, relationships, they matter. The point is, if 70, 82, 92, out of 100%, look at the lineup. 92% of our focus is on things that we really don't have that much control over. Let's take that 10% back. Let's say 82%. That's a lot of your potential and the probability of your brain that you're letting just fly off the handle. You have control. We know someone that's greater than who we are that can help us have that focus. This is the kicker. When I was about 13, I heard the statistic. I never, ever forgot it. 10% of people, well, most people only use 10% of the brain's total capacity in a lifetime. Wow. Ridiculous. You mean to tell me I've got 100% of probability, and I'm only using 10%? So you'll find out through this presentation that I'm sharing with you right now why the statistic overwhelmed me, and I've done so many things about it. Who wants freedom? You want freedom? Say it.
I want freedom.
Say it like you mean it.
I want freedom.
Exactly. You've got to fail in order to prevail. Stop trying to protect yourself all the time. Sometimes you just got to go for it. If you're running down that hill uncontrollably and you all of a sudden feel like I don't have control of my knees, my legs, and they're just flying, you're going to fall. Well, it's going to happen. You're going to get up and you're going to try it again. Maybe a different hill, but you got to try it again.
Sir.
People don't see their children fall and say, stay there, baby. Stay there. You might hurt yourself. No. Life is about learning. And that's why in my book, Radiate the Brain and Change the Game, it's all about learning from your mistakes. Not looking at mistakes as, oh, this horrific thing. Oh my God, I made a mistake. I said thee instead of thou. Come on. Learn and grow, evolve. You can't win unless what?
You try.
What else?
Anticipate.
Something else.
You lose.
You can't win unless you're sold out on you. You are the best ticket ride in this town. You are the best thing that's going on. If you're not sold out on you, hang it up. That's why I tell people constantly, don't do it, whatever it is, unless you love it.
Right.
You have to be sold out on you. Who is this for? Empty nesters, everyday people, empty nesters, the young entrepreneur, the felon even, the graduate, the multi-level marketer, the traditionalist. That's who this program is for. That's who this program is for. Who was in the Bible? Who were the disciples? They were all of the above, everyday people, right? And who are some of us in this room? We are all of the above. We are everyday people. Just like Sly and the Family Son, right? Everyday people. Yeah. Leaders, managers, supervisors, business owners, everyday people. Doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter your age, your color, your size, your story. It doesn't matter. This is for everyday people because mindset is the answer to your outset. Remember remember when you first got started in life? You got your first car? Who remembers their first car? Yeah. Oh, wow, okay. What about, did you get married to your childhood sweetheart or Or your high school crush? Oh, nobody. Okay. Then what about your first house? Or who remembers their first apartment or condo? Yeah. Those are those first experiences we're supposed to have because they lead to other things. And some of them, you know, there may have been some failures or some shortcomings, but it's part of the process. Everything is not going to be perfect. Everything's not supposed to be perfect. In the book, Radiate the Brain and Change the Game, I talk about the benefit of mistakes. I talk about the benefit of understanding personality types. You need to know who you're sitting next to. You need to know who you're lying next to. You may need to know who you're lying to. Like the sands of the hourglass, these are the days of our lives. Right? That's what it is. Radiate the Brain and Change the Game. Do not take it lightly. There are people from all over the country that have learned from the techniques and the nuances that I teach and have taught. And now it's your turn. You too can radiate the brain and change the game in your life.
During stressful times, most resources are just a click away. So don't deny yourself the opportunity of learning, growing, and stretching beyond your wildest dreams. Personal and professional development tools can be yours if you want them. The only thing that stands between you and your future is you. Go to the Wordsmith Speakers Alliance, where access can become yours. That's www.wordsmithspeakersalliance.com or dial 301-254-2275.
But I was a follower. I wanted to be down so bad that I got down so low I couldn't get up. That's the truth. No matter how you say it. My dad told me, he said, son, if you can't look at yourself in the mirror, that's a problem. I said, okay. I mean, I'm 9 years old. What does that mean to a 9-year-old? It doesn't mean very much, right? But I remember, because it was a Saturday morning, I got up, went to wash my hands. I got stuck just like that. Because the words started coming back. Son, if you can't look at yourself in the mirror, that's a problem. 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 Just rung in my head. Wow. Okay. And when I realized, I looked back at my son and daughter, Charles and Sasha. I had 3 children, but Charles and Sasha were like 2 and 3 at the time. You know, little kids. Daddy, you gonna play with me today, Daddy? Daddy, let's go outside. Let's go outside. Let's have some fun. Take me to the park, Daddy, okay? What are we gonna do? Daddy, you gonna read me a story? And all I wanted to do, slip out the house without them hearing me. Slip back in. Then I would plant one foot at the front of the door, anchor the other one back, go in my pocket, get my stem, my lighter, and I didn't want to let the smoke out because I felt like I was cheating myself because I couldn't get too much money at one time. And I, day in, day out, day after day, month after month, year after year. Till I look back, it was about 25 years. Wow. Professional crackhead. Yep, professional. I tried every drug in addition to crack, with the exception of needles. I was just gone. Never thought that I could turn my life around. Never thought. So today, in my eyes, I am a miracle. Grateful. Totally grateful. That was my life. That was my total existence right there. I didn't even want the whole stem because it clouds up the whole pipe, and I figured, that's too much of my smoke in the rest of the pipe. Let me just use the stem because I keep all my stuff in all one section. I get all of it. Baffling, insidious, off the hook. This is my why. This is why I do what I do. These 6 people here, taking myself out of the scenario, my children and my grandchildren. First year, my oldest granddaughter, her second year college. But I want them to know, regardless of the lane they get in, they can do this thing. They can make this thing happen. But you have to choose something and stick to it. That's the actual monitor that I had when I was in the hospital, because after getting myself together, doctor said, "We think you got cancer." I'm like, "Oh, come on." But that's what it was. Non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. I couldn't believe it. I said, "Well, you know, I got myself together. I stopped getting high. Why would I have cancer now?" But that was my reality. Not once, but twice. When I told my family about that, they thought I was kidding. Because I like having fun. I had to actually say, "The doctor said I have cancer. I'm not kidding." In order for them to really hear me. So it was a transition. I had to be strong for them, not for myself. What is the thing that you talk about more than anything else? You're not writing, sir. And when you talk about it, a smile comes to your face. What is the thing that you talk about more than anything else? And when you talk about it, in fact, you can't even hide your teeth. You feel that good about it, that excited, that inspired. That's probably meant to be your purpose. Okay, here's a quick example. I always talk about sports. Okay, suppose you go to a team, you want to play on a team. Coach says, "Roster's full. What's next?" Anybody? Brian, what do you do next?
You're going to train.
Sir?
You said the roster's full.
Yeah.
What's next?
Yeah.
You're going to practice. You're going to train.
Keep practice, keep training. Someone else, what's next?
Sit on the bench until it's your time.
Sit on the bench, okay. Those answers are all good. There's nothing wrong with none of those answers. Anyone else?
Go talk to the coach.
Go talk to the coach. Okay, now, you go talk to the coach, you ride the pine, wait for your time, nothing ever happens. Now what?
Make your own team.
Takes a lot of money. Find another team. True.
Get better.
Right, okay, get better. Still said, ain't nothing happening. All right, so let me help you out. What's wrong with being a sports journalist, sports therapist, coach's assistant, assistant coach, mascot, anything you can to stay in the game? Now, I know some of those options may not be completely, authentically possible, but you want to do whatever you can to stay close to the game. And here's the benefit. You get to see the game from a different perspective. The players only see the game from one perspective, on the court. See, those other perspectives, you get a little business savvy, you get a little more strategy, you get a whole different view. And it gives you more than any player could ever get until they get years and years of experience. Then they become general managers, coaches, and all the rest of that. Some. You are the sum total of your thoughts. If you are the sum total of your thoughts, what is it that you're thinking of? What is it that you're thinking of? See, if it's about mindset and your thoughts are on the wrong thing, well, that's going to determine what you're going to get. So, if you are the sum total of your thoughts, your focus should be on things that will yield results. CEO, who in here is the CEO? That's right. You are the CEO of YOU. And as a CEO, you got to have a vested interest in everything you do. People that you're with, the places that you go, and the things that you do. In the book, Radiate the Brain and Change the Game, we talk about that. The importance of knowing how to become a true CEO. Because it's not just the finance. It's your time. Time is one of the most precious commodities you will never get back. Now, you might waste some money and be a little ticked about it, but you can earn that back. Les Brown said it and it blew my mind. He said, you've got to be willing to do the things today that others won't do in order to get the things tomorrow others won't get. No matter what the price is, you have to be sold out on you.
Hey folks, Sir Charles Cary here with a brand new announcement. Really excited because I want to share it with someone, and who else can I share it with than you? There's no one better, simply because you've heard me talk about it, you've heard me keynote about it, you've heard me train on it, you've heard me do lives on it, and now it's become a reality. The Radiate the Brain and Change the Game book has turned into a book series, and you've heard about all the books individually, but now they've been repackaged, re-promoted, and rebranded, and we're just re-releasing them. Radiate the Brain and Change the Game, the book series. This is really great. I'm going to tell you why it's great. Not just because I've done it, but these books have been endorsed by some of the best of the best. Forwards have been written, endorsements have been made, testimonies have been made by people like Delatoro McNeil, Dr. Willie Jolly, Anthony Browder, Jane Atkinson. I mean, I'm just very fortunate that in my life, with the things that I'm doing and the things I continue to try and do, that I've had people like this in my life, and that they've seen enough in me to land a sentence. So it's just a wonderful opportunity to share with you all that's going on. And not only are they repackaged and rebranded and being re-promoted, but they have their own home. That's right, they live at wordsmithspeakersalliance.com. That's right, you can get all these books in hard copy or as an ebook at wordsmithspeakersalliance.com. Some of them, just like the predecessors, they come with audios, they come with videos, and you can find all of that stuff at that website, wordsmithspeakersalliance.com. But it's not only the launch of the repackaging, it's the launch of the website, it's also the launch of the newest member to the family. What's so hard about being you? What's so hard about being you? It actually focuses on you. Why are things difficult for you? Why do we have the types of challenges and struggles that we do? And most importantly, what is it that we can do about it?
Go to the Wordsmith Speakers Alliance, where access can become yours. That's www.wordsmithspeakersalliance.com or dial 301-254-2275.